Move on to 141st question. The type of power amplifier which exhibits crossover distortion in its output is. The options are on the screen. The first option is class A, the second option is class B, the third option is class AB, and the fourth option is class C. The right option for 141st question is option number 2, that is class B. That means in class B amplifier, the crossover distortion exists in its output. Move on to question number 142. The Barkhasan criteria for sustained oscillator is given by. The options are on the screen. The first option is A beta is equal to 1. The second option is A beta is less than 1. The third option is A beta is equal to 180 degree. And the fourth option is A beta is greater than 1. The right option for 142nd question is the first option, that is A beta is equal to 1. The Barkhasan criterion for sustained oscillation exists when A beta, that is amplifier gain, and the feedback gain is equal to 1. Move on to 143rd question. The primary function of a clamper circuit is. The first option is it introduces a DC level into an AC signal. The second option is suppresses variation in the signal voltage. The third option is rise positive half cycle of the signal, and the fourth option is lower the negative half cycle of the signal. The right option for 143rd question is the first option, that is it introduces DC level into an AC signal. Move on to 144th question, that is an ideal op amp has input impedance of. The four options are displayed on the screen. The first option is 1 mega ohm, the second one is infinity, the third option is 1 kilo ohm, and the fourth option is 0. The right option for 144th question is infinity. That means an ideal op amp has input impedance of infinite, that is infinity. Move on to 145th question, that is in positive feedback the amplifier gain is. The first option is it increases, the second one is decreases, the third option is 0, and the fourth option is none of the above. The right option for 145th question is the first option, that is it increases. In positive feedback the amplifier gain is always increases. Move on to 146th question. The inverter is a circuit which converts DC power into an AC power at the desired voltage, and the options are on the screen. The first option is current, the second option is frequency, the third option is phase, and the fourth option is none of the above. The right option for 146th question is the second option, that is frequency. In inverter, it always converts DC power into an AC power at the desired voltage as well as frequency. Move on to 147th question. 9AFH is equivalent to. The options are given below. In 147th question, we have to convert from hexadecimal to a binary equivalent. For 9AF in hexadecimal is equivalent to, that is in binary form, is the first option is the right option, that is for 9 its binary form is 1001, for A its binary form is 1010, for F its binary form is 1111. That means the first option is the right option for 147th question. Move on to 148th question. In general logic gate whose all output entries are 0 except for one entry, it is 1. The options are on the screen. The first one is NAND and OR, and the second option is AND comma OR, and the third option is NAND comma OR, and the fourth one is XOR comma OR. The right option for 148th question is the second option, that is AND NOR. In AND NOR, that is whose all output entries are 0 but except for one entry, it is 1. Move on to 149th question. Mark the incorrect Boolean expression. The options are on the screen. The first one is 1 plus A is equal to 1. The second option is A plus A is equal to A. The third option is 1 plus A is equal to A. The fourth option is A plus AB is equal to A. The first option, that is 1 plus A is equal to 1, it is the right Boolean expression. Similarly, A plus A is equal to A, it is also the right Boolean expression. Coming to fourth option, that is A plus AB is equal to A, it is also the right Boolean expression, but we have to mark incorrect Boolean expression. So the third option, that is 1 plus a is equal to a, it is not a correct Boolean expression. So for 149th question, the third option is the right option. Move on to 150th question. A full adder is made by use of two half adder and one. The options are on the screen. The first option is AND gate, the second option is NAND gate, the third option is NOR gate, and the fourth option is OR gate. The right option for 150th question is OR gate. That means a half adder is constructed using two half adder and one OR gate is required. Move on to 151st question, that is an ideal filter has dash loss in its passband. The options are on the screen. The first one is 0, the second one is infinite, the third one is finite, and the fourth one is none. The right option for 151st question is the first one, that is a 0. A 0 loss has in its passband in ideal filter. Move on to 152nd question. The characteristic impedance of the transmission line is given by. The options are on the screen. The first option is Z0, that is character impedance is equal to square root of R plus j omega c divided by G plus j omega L. The second option is Z0 is equal to R plus j omega L divided by R plus j omega c. The third option is Z0 is equal to square root of R plus j omega L divided by G plus j omega c. The fourth option is Z0 is equal to R plus j omega c divided by R plus j omega L. The right option for 152nd question is the third option is the right option, that is the characteristic impedance Z0 is equal to square root of R plus j omega L divided by G plus j omega c. Move on to 153rd question, that is the ionospheric propagation is also termed as. The options are on the screen. The first one is ground wave propagation, the second one is space wave propagation, the third one is surface wave propagation, and the fourth option is sky wave propagation. The right option for 153rd question is the fourth option, that is sky wave propagation. The ionospheric propagation, it is also termed as sky wave propagation. Move on to 154th question, that is the modulation index of amplitude modulation is given by. The first option is Vm by Vc, that is the ratio of modulating voltage to the carrier voltage, and the second option is Vmax minus Vminimum divided by Vmax plus Vminimum. The third option is both 1 and 2, and the fourth option is none. The right option for 154th question is the third option. That means the modulation index of amplitude modulation is given by Vm by Vc as well as Vmax minus Vminimum divided by Vmax plus Vminimum. Move on to 155th question, that is dash device converts sound waves into an electrical signals. The options are on the screen. The first option is microphone, the second one is loudspeaker, the third option is both 1 and 2, that is microphone and the loudspeaker, and the fourth option is none of the above. The right option for 155th question is the first option, that is the microphone. The microphone, it is a device which converts sound waves into an electrical signals. Move on to 156th question, that is a typical uplink frequency for satellite communication is. The options are on the screen. The first one is 5 GHz, the second one is 8 GHz, the third one is 4 GHz, and the fourth one is 6 GHz. The right option for 156th question is the fourth option, that is 6 GHz is the typical uplink frequency for satellite communication. Move on to 157th question, that is the process of transferring a mobile station from one base station to another is called. The options are on the screen. The first one is MSC, the second one is roamer, the third one is handoff, and the fourth option is forward control. The right option for 157th question is handoff. Handoff, it is also called as the process of transferring a mobile station from one base station to another base station. Move on to 158th question. In mobile assistant handoff, that is MAHO, the handoff takes place when. The options are on the screen. The first option is the power received by this mobile station from one base station is more than the serving base station. The second one is the channel allocates is not available. The third option is the mobile station has no signal, and the fourth option is all of the above. The right option for 158 question is the first option, that is the power received by the mobile station from the base station from other base station is more than the serving base station. When this condition exists, then the handoff takes place. Move on to 159th question. The basic unit of a Bluetooth system is, the first one is micronet, the second one is mininet, the third one is piconet, and the fourth option is scatternet. The right option for 159th question is the piconet. That is, the basic unit of Bluetooth system is piconet. Move on to 160th question. That is, in OSI model, the network support layers are, the first option is physical, data link and transport layer. The second option is application, presentation and session layer. The third option is physical, data link and network layer. And the fourth option is none of the above. The right option for the question 160th is the third option, that is physical, data link and network layer. These are the network support layers in OSI model. Move on to 161 question. Which of the following is correct about watchdog control resistor? The options are on the screen. The first one is it is a 16-bit resistor. The second one is it is a guided against accidental writes that requires a password. The third option is a reset will occur if a value with an incorrect password is written to watchdog control resistor, and the fourth option is all of the above. The right option for 161st question is the fourth option, that is all of the above. That is, it is a watchdog control resistor, it is a 16-bit resistor, as well as it is guided against accidental writes that requires a password, and also a reset will occur if a value with an incorrect password is written to a WDT-CTL, that means watchdog control resistor. So for 161 question, the fourth option is the right option. For detailed solution, visit our YouTube channel, that is Sai Jain Academy. In that you get all the detailed solution for all the questions. Move on to 162nd question. A comparator A plus module in MSP430 is controlled with a dash peripheral resistor. The first option is CACTL1, the second option is CACTL2, and the fourth option is CACTL1 and CACTL2, and the fourth option is none of the above. The right option for 162nd question is the third option, that is CACTL1 and CACTL2 are the peripheral resistors which control the A plus module in MSP430. Move on to 163rd question, that is the Verilog data types stores the value. The options are on the screen. The first one is 1, the second option is Z, the third one is X, and the fourth option is all of the above. The right option for 163rd question is option number 4, that is all of the above. That is, the Verilog data type stores the value, that is I, that is 1, and Z as well as X. Here 1 and Z means high impedance and X represents unknown value. Move on to 164th question, that is dash operator in Verilog has the highest priority. The options are on the screen. The second option is the right option for 164th question. Move on to 165th question, that is which loop statement is not used in Verilog. The options are on the screen. The first option is for loop, the second one is while loop, and the third one is forever loop, and the fourth option is for each loop. That means the option number 4, that is for each loop, is not used in Verilog. For loop is used in Verilog, while loop it is also used in Verilog, forever loop it is also used in Verilog, but for each loop is not used in Verilog. So it is the right option, that is fourth option is the right option for 165th question. Move on to 166th question, that is in dash type of architecture both data and code can be stored in single memory. The options are on the screen. The first one is O Newman, the second one is Harvard, and the third option is both 1 and 2, that is O Newman and the Harvard, and the fourth option is none. The right option for 166th question is the first option, that is O-Newman. In O-Newman type of architecture, both data and code can be stored in single memory. But in Harvard architecture, the data and the code are stored in separate memory. So the right option for 166th question is the first option, that is O-Newman. Move on to 167th question. 8051 microcontroller has dash bytes of on-chip ROM and dash respectively. The options are on the screen: 8 kilobytes and 256 bytes. The second option is 4 kilobytes and 128 bytes. The third option is 4 kilobytes and 256 bytes. And the fourth option is 8 kilobytes and 128 bytes. But the right option for 167th question is the second option, that is 8051 microcontroller has 4K bytes of on-chip ROM and 128 bytes of RAM. So the right option is the second option. Move on to 168th question, that is move a comma ampersand of R0 is an example for dash addressing mode in 8051. The options are on the screen. The first option is register addressing mode. The second one is indexed addressing mode. The third one is register indirect addressing mode. And the fourth one is direct addressing mode. But the right option for 168th question is the third option, that is register indirect addressing mode. Move a comma address of R0 is an register indirect addressing mode in 8051. Move on to 169th question. Which instruction is used to perform NOT operation on the carry bit of 8051 microcontroller? The options are on the screen. The first one is CPLC, the second one is CLRC, and the third option is CPL bit, and the fourth option is none. The right option for 169th question is the first one, that is CPLC. Move on to 170th question, that is the address of interrupt service routine ISR for timer 0 in 8051 microcontroller is. That is, the options are on the screen. That is, the first option is 0000H, the second option is 000BH, the third option is 001BH, and the fourth option is 0013H. But the right option for 170th question is 000BH. That is, 000BH is the address of interrupt service routine for the timer 0 in 8051 microcontroller. For the detailed solution, visit our YouTube channel, that is Sai Jain Academy. In that you get all the detailed answers for all the questions. Move on to 171st question, that is BJT is a dash device. The options are on the screen. The first one is current control device, the second one is voltage control device, the third option is unipolar, and the fourth option is none of the above. The right option for 171st question is the first option, that is current control device. BJT is a current control device. Move on to 172nd question. Dash is operated in negative resistance region as relaxation oscillator. The options are on the screen. The first one is FET, the second one is BJT, the third option is UJT, and the fourth one is none of the above. The right option for 172nd question is the third option, that is UJT. UJT is operated in negative resistance region and it acts as a relaxation oscillator. Move on to 173rd question. In PIN diode, I stands for. The options are on the screen. The first option is insulator, the second one is intrinsic, the third option is impedance, and the fourth one is none of the above. The right option for 173rd question is intrinsic. That is, in PIN diode, I stands for intrinsic. Move on to 174th question. The passive component that cannot be fabricated on an IC is. The options are on the screen. The first one is resistor, the second one is capacitor, the third one is inductor, and the fourth one is none of the above. But the right option for 174th question is the third option, that is indicator. Indicator, it is the passive component that cannot be fabricated on an IC. Move on to 175th question, that is the primary function of a filter is to. The options are on the screen. The first one is it minimizes AC input voltage, and the second option is it suppresses the odd harmonics. The third option is it stabilizes DC level of the output voltage, and the fourth option is it removes ripples from the rectifier output. The right option for 175th question is the fourth option, that is the filter, it removes the ripples from the rectifier output. For detailed solution, visit our YouTube channel, that is SciGen Academy. In that you get all the detailed solutions for all the questions. Move on to 176th question, that is the Wheatstone bridge is used for the measurement of unknown. The options are on the screen. The first one is resistance, the second option is capacitance, the third option is inductance, and the fourth option is impedance. The right option for 176th question is the option number 1, that is resistance. The Wheatstone bridge, it is mainly used to the measurement of unknown resistance. Move on to 177th question. FET input DC voltmeter, it lowers the millivolts measurements cannot be achieved as there exists dash problem. The first option is CMMR, the second one is drift, the third one is overload, and the fourth option is slew rate. The second option is the right option for 177th question, that is FET input DC voltmeter lower millivolts measurement cannot be achieved because there exists a drift problem. So the second option is the right option. Move on to 178th question. Dash is an example of digital transducer. The first option is proximity sensor, the second one is strain gas, the third option is optical encoder, and the fourth option is thermocouple. The right option for 178th question is the third option, that is optical encoder. Optical encoder is an example of digital transducer. Move on to 179th question. That is a thermocouple works on the principle of dash effect. The options are on the screen. The first one is piezoelectric, the second one is magnetostriction, the third one is Hall, and the fourth one is Seebeck effect. The right option for 179th question is the fourth option, that is Seebeck effect. That is the thermocouple, it is always works on the principle of Seebeck effect. Move on to 180th question, and it is the last question in electronics and communication paper. That is, when the anode of the SCR is made positive with respect to the cathode, a small current flows through the device. Then the SCR is said to be in. The options are on the screen. The first one is the reverse blocking mode, and the second one is forward blocking mode, and the third one is reverse conduction mode, and the fourth one is forward conduction mode. The right option for 180th question is the second one, that is the forward blocking mode. That means when the anode of the SCR is made positive with respect to the cathode, then a small current flows through the device. Then that SCR is said to be in a forward blocking mode. That is, the second option is the right option for the question number 180. Thank you.